All right, guys. Beautiful day here in North Carolina. We've got a lot of changes happening in the program. We got the PROMOD back. Unbelievably fast fix from Robert Hayes and the guys at Robert Hayes Motorsports. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what happened. We're going to talk about the damage. And we are going to talk about our plans moving forward. But first, I got some stuff going up for sale. There's a bunch of shit here. There's just a bunch of shit here. And I'm trying to downsize the race program and just some of my equipment. So I've had these plow trucks. You guys have seen them. They all have motors, fresh motors with cams in them. I think I'm going to keep those two. I have this truck, which is honestly probably one of my best trucks. Doesn't look it, but best performing truck. It's been literally on every single storm I've ever had since I owned it. They're all four-wheel drive. They're all 4L80. They're 99 to 04. I have, this is a 99, this is a 2000. I have another 2000 Chevrolet Silverado crew cab standard bed. And then I have a Cat Eye. I think the Cat Eye is also a crew cab standard bed. I'm selling them. They all have Western Unimount plows on them. They all have fresh motors. The motors have less than like 15,000 miles on them. And they're just good working trucks, but I am just getting rid of them because I don't need that many. Actually, it's not that I don't need that many. It's I'm upgrading my fleet to 6.7s. So I'm going to the 6.7 Power Stroke opposed to the gas ones. These are great trucks. They work great. What we do with these is we do snow removal for telecommunications. So we'll hop in this truck and we'll drive it to Maine and we'll plow a couple of cell sites up there and then we'll drive back. So they do really good on the road. They run good. They all have a cam in them, like I said. I'm selling them. I think I want like $8,000 a piece. So $8,000 for a plow truck, and it'll have a toolbox in the bed, no transfer tank. But yeah, so I'll get you some pictures up of the screens of the other ones. But yeah, I got 3 of those for sale for $8,000, and then I'm selling my boat, dude. Boat's got to go. This here is my Concept 30. It's an 05 hull. It was repowered in 2019. It's got twin 350 Mercuries on there, the Verados, so the V6 supercharged. They're badass. This thing will run like 70, and it's propped not to go top speed. It's got some 20 pitch props on it. If you had some 27s or 29s, it'd probably go 80, 85. But this thing's blast, and I got a new boat, so I'm just getting rid of this one. But hull-wise, 10 out of 10. There's like one little spot where I got to do some repair up in the front. It is a cuddy boat. And then they put a little cabin, see that spot right there on the ground? I got to repair that. Other than that, the boat, I'd say, is damn near perfect. I got a custom boat cover for it. It's in great condition. It just got out of the shop. It was kept inside all winter. I put 2 10-foot power poles on there. I adjusted the height of the motor. I tested some new props. It comes with the trailer. Absolutely badass boat. It's got the second station. It's got the Simrad on there. It's got radar. The other thing I need to do is I need to get a lock for that Striker T-top. Other than that, I mean, the boat's great. It comes with the cooler. It comes with 2 of the, what are these? The Ocean Tamer, what are they called? The bean bags. And then I have like all the stuff up in the cuddy, which is just storage, all the extra cushions and stuff like that. Super badass boat. Sound system is amazing. New electronics in 2022. Tow's super good on the trailer. I have a spare set of tires for it. Like, I don't want no bullshit. So I got some nice shit, but I've upgraded. So me and Big Pat went in on a boat, which I'm sure you guys will see on the channel here before long. But there we go. Enough of me. We're going to the other shop to unload the Calmera. We're going to go over the repairs. We're going to go over what happened. We're going to go over our plan moving forward.
shaky.
Yeah, guys, look at this. You guys know I have that thumb injury? This is what happened.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bad. So, all right, we're back. We're gonna talk about my hand, which is supposed to have a cast on it, but we.
Why aren't you wearing it?
We got rid of that shit quick, because my saying is, and this is PG-13, but there's no pussies in the Hall of Fame, right? So that's my saying. That's what I live by. So a sore thumb won't stop me. It was way more sore a while ago, like bad, but we're getting through it. So we got the car back from Robert Hayes. I had the video of what happened, and then the GoPro fell. Super unfortunate. We will not ever have that happen again. We're gonna have roll bar mounted GoPros to catch all the action no matter what, because it would have been crazy. I don't remember really shutting the car off. I don't remember taking the window net down, because I was just kind of like in shock of like what's going on. This is not normal. So we had a malfunction in the car that caused a U-joint failure, and that's actually what caught me in the hand. So we'll check out the damage first. This is the drive shaft enclosure that was in the car. This is a little bit of an older style. It's a little bit narrower. That actually led to some of the issues that we had. And what happened was it broke a bar, and it kind of let that upper frame rail move a little bit, which this attaches to the upper frame rail right here. And what happened was, you can tell by this section, get in here nice and close. When I got out the gas and the chassis unloaded, it kind of shoved the drive shaft enclosure into the drive shaft. So there was movement going on in the chassis, which is not good. Now, thanks to Robert Hayes and Robert Hayes Motorsports, there's no movement in the chassis. But what happened was, it grabbed, see this lip that it's got right here? The drive shaft grabbed the lip, ripped this out of the car, and started spinning this with the drive shaft. So as you can imagine, got pretty sporty in there.
This became a wrecking ball.
Yes. Also, I sit next to it like this. I have my hand up here on the shifter, and if you notice, right, look at this. Get like a straight vertical on me. If I have my hand on the shifter, what do you notice?
That's a wild angle.
Okay. Don't. What do you notice? The U-joint exits right where my damn thumb was.
Dude,
so
look at the perfect circle.
Literally, it punched that out. And I guarantee it was laid up, and then as it's spinning, it just laid it back down because it's pressed up against that.
I'm guessing that this is where the cap exited, and this is where the actual drive shaft yoke hit the...
No, this is where the cap punched a perfect hole through it. Pink! And it laid it up, and then it was spinning that way, and it laid it back down. That's my official analysis. There's nothing that's going to poke a perfect hole. It's like a punch.
If your camera stayed up, we'd know.
I know. You'd literally see the drive shaft, or the U-joint cap flying through the air.
I'm surprised it didn't go through the roof of the car.
Well, my thumb stopped it. It would have. It's very common if people have U-joint failures that don't like catch the bar, that they will like exit the car. I mean, it tore shit all to hell. I mean, if you look at it, it broke a bunch of welds. Look what it did to this bar. I mean, it just mashed that bar in half. And then it ripped everything out of the car. Like, everywhere that this was mounted in the car, it ripped it out. So we have a new drive shaft enclosure. It's still titanium, and some people don't like the titanium, but I think that's just really what you have to run at this point. The new one has mounting points. It has 6. It has these 2 here. It has 2 off of this one, and then it has the 2 that pin in right there. So should be safer. Should make it more challenging to rip it out the entire car, but if this were to ever happen again, who knows? It's just not a good scenario. So that's what happened. I mean, pretty much you clicked it off in 330. As soon as I reached up and put it in neutral, I was like, oh, did I put it in park or some shit? Like, what just happened? As soon as I put that sucker in neutral, it just went all to hell.
Well, it looks all pretty again now, but
yeah, look at
these are all new carbon panels. It destroyed all the carbon panels.
So these panels right here were actually like a month out. So Robert Hayes and the guys over there fixed all this stuff, put new carbon panels on top, machine screw, like riveted them in. I mean, it looks great. Like if you could stick your head in the car, you're like, oh, it wasn't just tore to hell. This bar was replaced from here to here, sleeved, right? But you really can't even tell unless you're looking at it. And then this all new carbon panel. But like the thing is, when it didn't just like tear it up, like all of the mounting tabs for all of the carbon stuff were all ripped out, like destroyed everything. Let's go to the other side. So as that sucker was spinning around, it was breaking some bars. This bar completely cut in half, had to be replaced. Where all of our brackets for our bottles go, they were all broken off, and this right here was replaced as well. So, and then what you can't see, this is new. You can see where it's got a little bit of repair there. Under the car, it's got like a star, not an X. It's got an X, and it has some stuff coming from the front and the side, so it's just a bunch of stuff. That's where the enclosure pins in. It ripped that shit all to hell, so they had to repair that as well. And then from tire shake, it broke a bar in the back, which they not only repaired the bar, but they gusseted it and plated it in. So like, we are not only good, we're better. I mean, they did an absolutely amazing job. So we have some stuff that we have to do. We're gonna put it up in the air. It broke a lot of shit, right? Like, did we take this? I think we took that one out. There's one that's just broken. My favorite thing, this is something that I was so proud of. Mason actually did it, and he did an absolutely amazing job. This was the first. No, I think the first one's in Slick Rick.
Yeah.
No, it's not. This is the first one.
Is this the first one?
This was the first one.
I built something for another
the Bad
car.
Apple.
Bad Apple. All right. Bad Apple might have been first.
My parachute arm button had a custom-made bracket from Mason, which looked so nice. Had some holes drilled in it, lightweight, painted black. It was awesome. And what this allowed me to do is, if I ever failed to arm a parachute, or like someone, like we have a systems breakdown, which this had happened once, where the parachutes did not get armed. If you have the switch over here, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. It just is what it is. Well, now it's on the shifter, so I can just reach down and look at it and be like, oh, the chutes didn't deploy, flip it, and the chutes deployed. Actually, it happened once. It saved my ass. It saved the car. So we like that. So we're going to have to redo that. But a little bit of busy work, getting everything back together. I think maybe some like slight fit and finish. I think we need to put a grommet in one of these. But overall, I mean, the work that the guys at Robert Hayes Motorsports did, mind you, I dropped the car off at like 11 o'clock on Monday, and Friday at 2, he's like, come pick this thing up. I mean, that right there,
it's badass.
Is absolutely insane. The quality, and like, here's the thing too. It's all painted. It's done. It's like fit and finish. Like, we have to put it together and go to the racetrack. It's not like it's just some bullshit like, oh, here, I repaired the bar, go back and paint it. Like, this shit is done and done right. So I can't speak highly enough of the quality of work that we got back from them, and I'm excited to get this thing to the track. As far as my hand goes, when it broke this bone clean through, which is like kind of annoying because it's like the tip of your thumb. You don't realize you can't, like, what you use your thumb for, everything. So it's a pain in the ass. I really couldn't use my thumb for probably a week, where it was just so much pain. They told me they tried to put me in a cast. I said no. They put me in like it kind of looks like a sandal.
It's a splint.
A splint, but it looks like a crock for my thumb. And it's impossible to text with it. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So then I took that off, and I've just been raw dogging life, which it does hurt. Like, I have to do everything with the scissor technique. Like, if I had, like, pick something heavy up, I got to pick it up like that, because I pick it up and put pressure on my thumb, it hurts like a bitch. So there's that, you know. But we're getting through it. I was told 4 to 6 weeks, don't use it. We're like 2.5 weeks in, and we're using it, so I feel good about racing. We're going to try to make the iTrade Glot race, put this back together. Both of our drive shafts were junked. We did not have 2 in the car, but one was damaged prior. And I think the drive shaft having an absolutely massive yoke on it probably played a little bit of effect. We had the small drive shaft enclosure and the massive yoke, so it just happened to be the perfect storm. The drive shaft that we had in the car was not the drive shaft that came with the car. The drive shaft that came out of the Mustang had a bigger enclosure. So hindsight being 20/20, it probably could have been something to be addressed. But all we can do is just improve and learn from our mistakes. So we have 2 new PST 1480 yoke drive shafts coming. Shout out to the guys at PST. They do an amazing job. They do all our drive shafts. The other ones were not PST. Not talking bad about them, but they were just, if I would have just ordered a PST and had a PST in there, we probably have no problem. Yeah, so that's where we're at. What else? Anything else that we have to cover?
I think we got to get to work.
Yeah, we got to get to work. We're going to blow the car apart, go over everything. We put our new third member in there. Axles and everything look good. We're going to go over the brakes on the car, transmission, converter. I mean, the whole nine. The whole car is getting gone through front to back. We can go another race before putting rods in the motor. So we're going to check the motor over, make sure there's no damage to the motor before we run it, and go from there. So anything else you want to add?
Yeah, this is our normal race prep. We typically blow the car all the way apart and go through everything. And
yeah, I mean, this is just maintenance. So
yeah.
We're going to get up on projects and get to work and, you know, go over everything. Change. We don't have to change the oil. The oil's got 300 feet on it.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice. Jason stole our charge pipe.
We're actually using the new Bluetooth charge pipe.
Triple spider real quick. And also shout out to Hart's charger. I think we put like 70 or 80 runs on our last charger.
Dude, how crazy is that?
It had no issues. We sent it back to Dustin because he wanted to look at it, and he's going to look at it.
He was kind of upset that we were still had it on there.
Yeah, he's like, why didn't you send that back to me? I'm like, no, we're running it until we're done running it. And then he said, no, I'm running it. I'm taking it back, and I'm going to make sure everything's good. So right then and there, I mean, it's been awesome dealing with the guys at Hart's Charger. We're working on something with their small block.
Ooh.
Hart's Charger.
Have you said anything about
I haven't said anything about that. But yeah, it's going to be cool. So
you
thank you guys so much for watching.
Bro.
Welcome to the Carolinas, bro.
No way.
Welcome to the Carolinas.
I think he's dragging his bumper hitch.
That's just insane. All right. We're going to get to work. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to do daily uploads next week. So get excited. Daily videos coming at you. I got a bunch of shit for sale. Come and buy it. See you in the next upload.
The team. There's that guy that comes around that polishes rims. We can get him to clean you up.
You would think they would have cleaned it up.
Still kind of, there's still some in there.